Hey guys, it's Chelsea and I have a pregnancy update video to share with you guys. I know it's been forever since I filmed my last one and so much has happened since then, and I've been to the doctor about 3 times since my last update. I know, shame on me for not updating you guys, but I'm here now to fill you all in on what's been going on with me and the little baby. So here we go. I am currently 20 weeks along, which is halfway there. I cannot believe that we're already to the halfway point. It's gone by super fast, and I have a feeling that the second half is going to fly by even faster than the first half did. So the baby is about the length of a banana, which is about 6.5 inches, which just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and so does my belly, which I will show you at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Like I said, I've been to the doctor 3 different times since I've last spoken to you guys. 2 of those times I heard the heartbeat, which was great. I did some blood work, did the urine samples and all that, and everything was good there. And then today I went to the doctor and did an ultrasound, and they looked inside the baby at all the organs and just making sure everything was good. They looked at the heart, like real close up. They, looked at the kidneys, looked at the stomach, looked at all the limbs, the arms, the legs, the brain, and everything looked good. So that is such a relief that everything looks good. The baby is healthy. And speaking of, at this appointment today, we were given this beautiful envelope. Inside contains the gender of our baby. It's so hard not to just open this right now, but I'm going to hold off because tomorrow we are filming a video where we will open this and reveal to everyone what the gender of the baby is. That video will actually be posted on our vlog channel, so not this channel but my other channel. I will have that all linked down below. And also today, while we were at the doctor, since they were doing an ultrasound, we did get some ultrasound pics, some updated pictures. This one is a nice just little profile of the baby, the sweet little face. He said he can't get the whole baby in one picture anymore because the baby's too long for that. And then this one's so funny. This is actually a 4D picture. But the baby, I don't know if you can tell what's happening here, but the baby's right arm is actually covering its face, and then you see the left arm is under the right arm, so it's like it's hiding. So also at my appointments, you get weighed, and so my current weight, okay, so when I started out, I'm not going to tell you my actual weight, but I started out at a certain weight, and then throughout the first trimester I lost 5 pounds, and today I have gained back that 5 pounds plus added on another 5 pounds. So technically from my beginning weight I've only gained 5 pounds, but since my first trimester, I guess I've gained 10 pounds, which sounds horrible. I mean, I know it's supposed to happen that way, but it just sounds really bad to have gained 10 pounds in such a short amount of time. But I'm going to say that I've only gained 5 pounds because I'm going from my pre-pregnancy weight to now, which is just an extra 5 pounds, which sounds a little better. I'm not gonna lie to you, I stepped on that scale, and they do that little like weight thing where they push it over, and she just kept pushing it and pushing it over, and I'm like, oh my goodness. It was kind of like sticker shock a little bit. I'm like, really? And I know it's just gonna get worse, and I'm just gonna get higher and higher and higher on that weight scale. But it was just, it was a scary number to see. And it's all normal and all natural, I know, but it's still one of those things where when a girl steps on a scale, you know what it's like if you're a girl or a guy. Some guys are like that, I guess, I don't know. But it was just kind of like, whoa, that's crazy. I didn't expect to have gained that much at that point. I knew I gained, but I didn't know it was that much. But that's okay, it's all good. I'm all healthy, everything's good there, so that's fine. As far as maternity clothes go, I have not purchased anything yet. All of my shirts pretty much fit. I have a lot of looser shirts, which, you know, fit just fine. And then I have some tighter shirts. I'm wearing a tighter shirt today so that you guys can see my belly a little bit better. But it's crazy that I guess I'm at that point in the pregnancy where I can wear a looser shirt and I feel normal, I guess, like just maybe a little chubbier than usual, but I feel not pregnant when I go out in public. But then I put on a tighter shirt and it's like all of a sudden I'm pregnant, like out of nowhere. I'm just like, oh, there's the belly and I'm pregnant. Pants wise, I still sort of fit into my bigger jean. Like, you know, you have the jeans that you wear probably normally, and then you have the jeans you wear on your fatter days when you just, you know, you're bloated or whatever. I kind of fit into my bigger jeans, but it's a little snug. I did buy, I think I talked about it in the last video, I did buy one of those bands to put around the jeans. I haven't tried it yet, I haven't used it yet. Because most of the time, honestly, I'm either wearing a dress or I'm wearing like tights, which fit just fine. And I have a feeling that's kind of going to be what I wear throughout the whole pregnancy. So we'll see if the tights hold up throughout the whole thing, if they stretch that far, I don't know. But that's what I'm pretty much wearing. So I haven't really needed to buy actual maternity clothes yet. As far as symptoms go, obviously I'm going to the bathroom a lot. Definitely 1, 2, even sometimes 3 times during the night, which is really annoying, but you know, it's one of those things. I think I talked about in my last video how I was having a problem with my nose being like kind of like the insides being kind of swollen to where I couldn't breathe. That's still a factor, but mostly just at nighttime when I'm trying to sleep. Even just a couple of nights ago, I was having a dream that I was cooking and I was burning something, which happens quite often, and so there was a lot of smoke and I couldn't breathe because of the smoke. And then I woke up and realized I couldn't breathe because my nose is just, I've got pregnant nose, I guess. During the day, that's not too much of a problem, but during the day, my nose is constantly running. Like I'm always having to blow my nose because it's just like constantly just running all the time. Also, something that's recently started is back pain, and I really wasn't expecting it to happen this early, and I'm kind of really bummed about that, but I knew it was going to happen because I have pretty severe scoliosis, which means my spine isn't straight, it's curved, and it's curved quite a bit. And when I was younger, the doctors obviously told me I needed to have surgery. I chose not to at that time, and I did wear a back brace for a long time. That's a whole other story, a whole different video for another time. But they did tell me at that point that if I didn't get the surgery, one of my problems later in life would be really bad back pain, especially when I was pregnant. And it was just kind of one of those things. I mean, I was young at the time. I'm like, whatever, that's no big deal, I can handle it. Well, now at my age, having back pain, it's like, oh. It's no fun. It's in my lower back usually, and I'm usually fine during the day, but about 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I can't handle it anymore, and I have to go lay down. And I don't know if you would call this a symptom, but I've also noticed that some nesting has happened. And I honestly didn't expect this to happen so early on either, and I didn't honestly even notice it was happening. I started going through like drawers and stuff, and I was just like organizing and throwing stuff away, and it's really hard for me, not that I'm a hoarder or anything like that, but it is really hard for me to throw things away. I get attached to things, and I feel like things have sentimental value that maybe doesn't really, like, I mean, a pair of earrings doesn't really have that much sentimental value, but I always seem to connect stuff with stuff, and I have a hard time throwing things away, basically. So I noticed all of a sudden I was going through all my drawers and going through all my things, and I was just throwing stuff away. I was even throwing Lucas's stuff away without telling him, but that's okay. He's okay with that. And I was just like going crazy with that, and then I kind of stopped and I was like, wait a second, I think I'm nesting, because it's so out of character for me to do that sort of thing, but I was doing it like crazy. It just kind of like took over me, and so I finally realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm nesting. One of my favorite projects that I ended up doing, when I was in college and kind of a little bit after college, I got really into buying DVDs. I mean, now it's Blu-rays, but at the time it was DVDs. And I just created this huge collection of DVDs, and they take up so much space in their boxes. And I have just like drawers full of DVDs, and they were just kind of everywhere. And so one of my favorite nesting projects was, I found this binder on Amazon, and if you're interested in that, I'll link that down below. And it's kind of like one of those old school CD cases where you just put the DVD or CD inside of it, but this one had a spot also for the cover art, which I really liked. So I spent like about 3 days going through all my DVDs and putting it into this binder and organizing it, and it was just like the best feeling ever to throw away all of those DVD cases and to see all of the space created because all of those cases were gone. And now I have this kind of dresser thing out in our living room, because we live in a 1-bedroom apartment. I have this dresser out in the living room that just kind of holds stuff, pretty much. And 2 out of 3 of those drawers were holding DVDs. And so now I have 2 whole drawers empty that I can start filling with baby clothes and baby items, and that can kind of be the baby's stuff area. So that was really cool. That was really fun. Food. I have not had any aversions to anything. I don't know if you could say I've had cravings for anything. I guess in my mind, when I thought of a pregnant craving, I thought of something where you have to have it like right now or the world will end, like that kind of like crazy feeling. But I haven't had any of those crazy feelings. I do have foods that I like eating right now, and I guess we're gonna call those my cravings. I was eating a ton of Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos, like bags full. But I've decided to cut that out. I think once I saw my weight on the scale, I was like, okay, I need to stop with the Doritos. So I've cut those out, but I was eating them like crazy. I was also eating a lot of cucumbers. I think only because I wanted the ranch that I dipped it in. But I felt all healthy because I was eating cucumbers all the time. But really, I was eating a lot of ranch dressing with the cucumbers. So I'm gonna say ranch was another one. But that's kind of one that's also within the last couple weeks kind of gone away. In the mornings, I really love to eat a bagel with tons of cream cheese on it. I am gluten-free, so for a long time I wasn't eating, you know, the bagels or whatever. But I was kind of, I guess, craving bread. Like I wanted some bread because I used to eat a ton of bread before I went gluten-free. But I did find a really good gluten-free bagel that I like, and it tastes amazing, especially when you put a ton of cream cheese on it. So I guess that's another one of my cravings. Okay, my battery just died, so I think the shot is about the same, but sorry if it jumped a little bit. I had to go charge the battery for a while and walk the dog because he was crying. So sorry if this is a little different. Anyways, what was I talking about? Bagels. Yay, bagels. I did try one morning to eat something besides my normal bagel, and it did not go over well. All day, all I was thinking about was the bagel, and so I ended up having a midday snack of a bagel with cream cheese because it's what I wanted. So I haven't tried to stray from my bagel since then because I figure there's no point because I'll just have to eat it later in the day. Another food craving, I guess, would be fruits. I really like to eat fruit. And I mean, I've always liked fruit, but I've never really like bought it on a usual basis. But now I'm like always buying fruit, and I'm buying the big like 5-pound bag of cuties, which are these little clementine oranges, and I eat these like crazy all day long. I'm like snacking on these. In fact, I'm going to eat one right now because I'm hungry and it sounds really good. That's pretty much all of the cravings or the foods that I've been really into. Oh, one of the really cool things that has happened since I've last updated you guys is that I have been able to feel the baby move, which is crazy. No like crazy big kicks yet, but I can feel the kind of like flutters, and then every now and again I do feel kind of like a, I guess like a kick, I guess, but to me it feels at this point more like gas bubbles than an actual kick, but I know it's the baby, it's not the gas. And Lucas, my husband, has been able to feel my stomach when that's happened. One of the funny stories, I guess, that happened with the baby moving was this one day we were out and about, and all day long I didn't really feel the baby move at all. Like I didn't feel anything. It was about 10 o'clock at night and we were headed home, and I was really hungry, so we decided to stop at Taco Bell. And the second I said, let's go to Taco Bell, the baby just went crazy inside me, like moving and like kicking and like going crazy. And I thought that was so strange. Like all day I felt nothing, and then I mentioned Taco Bell and it was going crazy. And then the second I started to eat the Taco Bell, the baby completely calmed down. Like the whole time we were driving to Taco Bell through the drive-through, the whole time the baby was like constantly moving, going crazy. And then the second I started to eat, it was like good. It was calm. So that's kind of like the joke, is the baby loves Taco Bell. And I think the final thing I have to talk about, I'm not really talk about, but to show you guys, is the bump. Are you guys ready to see it? I actually, this past Sunday at church, was the first time people, I mean, they know I'm pregnant, but they've never been able to see the bump. But this past Sunday was the first time people were like, oh, where did that bump come from? It's just like all of a sudden I have this bump. And so yeah, now I'm going to show it to you guys. Okay, I wore a bit of a tighter shirt so you guys could see, but obviously clearly there is a bump there. There's something in there, and it's not Taco Bell, it's a baby. There is the baby bump at 20 weeks, and I will show you just a little bump. That's the baby. Yay! Alright, I think that's all I have to update you guys on for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for taking this journey with me. It's been crazy. I still am having a hard time telling myself that I am actually pregnant. It's just one of those things, like I don't know if I'm actually going to believe it until I see the baby, and even then it'll probably take me a while to actually believe that I'm a mom. It's just one of those things, but it's been fun, and I am so glad you guys are watching these videos and are interested in our little baby. But thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.